Minister, what about one of the pitfalls that bothers a lot of people in India, given our population, the size and aspirations of a growing economy? This is with regard to employment. India's IT sector is one of the largest employers. It seems to be a bit under the weather when it, with the risks of AI, particularly on coding and job growth. Do you kind of share that feeling that one of the pitfalls could be on the employment front?
Well, this is a very popular discussion. I think I'm going to answer it in a couple of different ways if I have a minute to do
Absolutely.
that. So first of all, the same way everybody thinks about it, you've got AI replacing the worker. So that's a common thinking. We look at it in Ontario as we are now with 450,000 tech workers. We're the second largest tech cluster in all of North America. With the 17,000 AI workers we added last year, we have tens of thousands of workers just in AI. But then look at what we've done with AI. So it is now in virtually every sector. I'm going to give you two examples. One that is worrisome and one that is really progressive. So the worrisome one would be our small and medium enterprises. What is going to happen? I think about the company. It's a notional company, but I think I know where they are in Ontario. And they make those vehicles that scrub the floors, and the person walks along behind it and pushes it along. That company would probably have been in business 70, 100 years, making those floor cleaners, thinking this is a lovely business. What's AI ever going to do to me? Two kids come out of University of Waterloo. They have a little autonomous vehicle, and they think, hey, it doesn't have to be just a little delivery vehicle. We could put rotors on the bottom and make a cleaning vehicle. They're now in 350 Walmarts, is this autonomous cleaning vehicle. And I think that guy is scratching his head, who owned the company for 50 years, and thinking, wow, these guys are going to eat my lunch. And so that's the thing that I think, if you're worried about losing jobs to AI, then you better get with the program. I think we heard a discussion earlier, lean into it and begin thinking, my company is not oblivious to what could happen. If two kids out of Waterloo can come and make a startup company and make a cleaning machine that does a better job, autonomous, and works all day around the customers and all night with no customers. So that's really one side of it. The other side of it, I have just another moment. In the mining sector, I live in northern Ontario. We're surrounded by nickel mines and gold mines and lithium mines, all the things, by the way, other than gold, that you need to make a lithium-ion battery. It's very exciting. But we've now got AI configured drones that, after a planned explosion deep inside a mine, where you would need days to literally let the dust settle, send men and women in with hazmat suits, detectors of all sorts. Now the blast can occur, a drone can be sent in, AI-guided drone on a pre-programmed path can go in with a sniffer and detect any issues, with thermal vision to see if there's any fissures created, and come back out and give a report 1,000 times better, and made the mine safer.
And more productive.
And now it's more productive because you're not down for all those days. So I look at the good side of
So
AI.
This is a very important point. One of the objectives of the ongoing main AI summit here is a discussion towards having a AI commons, a kind of regulatory sort of framework. I have seen in my reporting career various phases in technology. Technology comes first. Nation states and regulators then say, oh, it perhaps needs to be regulated because there are multiple concerns. As a policymaker yourself, do you feel the need to regulate AI in any way, or should you just let innovation and innovators and entrepreneurs keep pushing the envelope?
Well, look, I can think of when I first, I sat in opposition for many years. When we got into government, I looked at my office and it was surrounded, and this is only 2018, with fax machines and telephones, desk phones, and speaker phones. We just went in, literally cleared everything out and said, we've got to at least modernize. But it's still amazing. we're in government, and yet it's very hard to actually regulate these kinds of things. A doctor's office in Ontario still has a fax machine. You can't accept something by email, it must be by fax. And I'm thinking, they go through the same digital space to get there. One is printed in a machine, and one is printed in a different machine.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to comprehend, even as somebody who chairs our cabinet, that we can't get these things done. So regulation, there are areas of importance, and I think I've described them earlier, where I think it's important that we tell our people what we're doing, why we're doing it, and how we're doing it, so that they're in eyes wide open, and we have a better sort of a social license to do the things that we're doing.